Say that I start an in-home bakery and I'm serving like pumpkin pies or cupcakes or whatever it might be. I don't know. I mean, I would try businesses. I would probably try to go to some fairs to sell there. I might make calls to schools. I would try a lot of things, and then you figure out which one's going to work. Yeah. So I'm a huge proponent. In fact, I think it's the only way, is to start a business from home. That's how the vast majority of businesses get started. Colonel Sanders for KFC started in a truck. You know, that's what we do. You go out and you make some chicken, and you go around and bring it to some convenience stores and have them sell it there, and it takes off from there. But you don't have a lot of overhead in the beginning. Mostly out of necessity. Most people who start businesses don't have a lot of capital, so they have to start low capital businesses.
She did. You know, I always tell people the best form of advertising in business is word of mouth. They've got the experience and they've got the credibility. And yeah, she told people, you know, from that one room that I painted for her, ended up painting her whole house. And she's one of those people who sit on her front porch and just talks to people. And so I went from her house to across the street, to the right of her, around the corner. I stayed in that subdivision 1 year, you know, painting. So it was a great break for me.
Lawn maintenance is easy to do. That's always my example that I use because it's simple. Well, do you want the references for all your lawns so that you can go get the first customer, or do you want to go get the first customer so you can get the references for your lawn? And it's the chicken and the egg. Well, something had to come before the egg to make the chicken. And it's the crazy analogy of you have to go get busy. If you already know what your abilities are, and you believe in yourself, you'll attract that first customer. And then you do, you know, your focus. You do your best job possible, and then you look for your second customer. You know, and it starts snowballing. It gets momentum.
The introduction. The introduction is either in person, I'll visit the facility, or either I'll try to get some type of phone contact. Like I was saying prior to, at least get an email address. And that's kind of my initial contact with a potential client.